Hello, and welcome to the very first how-to episode for the Skuttlebot Devkit. In this episode, we're going to be talking about getting your PC set up and making sure that it's ready so that you can actually work with the hardware device. The easiest way to get this obviously is just order from us. We really appreciate the support, and that will come with a flash drive, or you can download it directly from our website, and it will have the installer with that flash drive. The other way is you can just go ahead and go to our repository, which is github.com/skuttlebot/devkit, and go ahead and grab the zip file from there and open or expand it in the folder of your choice. Now, I am still recommending that we use the installer, simply because it does check to make sure that you have all the necessary components installed, and it will install them for you if you don't. So, whichever way you've gotten it, you've got the scuttleinstall.dat. This is our key to getting updates. This is basically going to be the tool for how we keep in sync with the latest and greatest. So what we've got right here, I've gone ahead and put this in a folder that I've just named Skuttlebot. You can obviously create your own folder for it, but that's where your install is going to happen. And what you do is you right click, you want to run this as an administrator. It'll ask you to confirm, and you just say yes. And this is basically are you sure you want to go this way? Because it will overwrite your files. So if you've been working on your own code, this is kind of your mention to save it and either copy it or upload it to your own branch on the GitHub. So in this case, I did not accidentally hit the button. I am wanting to do this, so I said yes. And the first thing it does is it checks for NVM. I personally have it, so it's not going to install it, but it will if you don't. And we just go through. We go to Node. I've got Node. It's okay to continue. It's going to check if I have Git. I do have Git. Okay to continue. And now it's going to actually pull all the files from the GitHub, and we've got that done. And finally, it's going to go through and install all the dependencies. And there you go. So we hit OK and move on. So now we've got the Skuttlebot Devkit folder. So we're going to open that up, and we've got our Arduino, our docks, our PC. Those are really the folders you care about, and then you see that we've got some additional stuff. Some readmes, the installer, the duplicate. I would actually keep this one and get rid of the other one, because that will be the latest one that was downloaded. And we also have Scuttle Start. That's how you actually execute the program. But before we do that, we're going to make a couple of changes and walk you through those real quick. So you want to make sure that your device is on your local Wi-Fi, and it will always double check to see its own config file for that information. So the first thing we want to do is go into Arduino, go into Scuttle Shell, and open up your config.h. Pretty bare bones here. This is just some placeholders for your network and your password. Go ahead and update those with your own information, save that, and go ahead and close that window. Now, we want to make sure that if you continue to use GitHub, especially if you're working in your own branch and you want to upload this, you don't want to upload that config file. So we're going to go through and make a little change. So we're going to move back up, and so we should be back in our devkit folder. You'll know you're in the right one if you see your git ignore there. we go ahead and open the terminal, and we put in this code. It's get update -index -- no -assume -unchanged path/to/config.h. Hit enter with that, and that's it. Now when you look for updating the files, it's not going to bother with that config file, so it's not going to overwrite it, and it's not going to put that data out there. So that's what you want. So that's done. That is really it. Those are the major steps of getting everything set up on your PC. We're going to go through the files real quick. We already looked at what was in Scuttle Shell, so these are the libraries. Important to remember that use these libraries, don't update them should your Adreno IDE ask you to. The reason for that is right now there was a recent firmware update, and not all the libraries have caught up to that. So we're using some older model libraries on that, so we want to make sure we don't update those. Go back to our dev kit. We got our docs. So the zip file is all the step files that you'll need if you want to print out your own components. Again, we'll be updating, and you can get the latest and greatest as you pull that down. The other way that you can, the other things that are in here, sorry. We've got the dev kit assembly instructions, we've got the operations manual, and the software instructions, which is basically what we've just walked through in this episode. Oops. Went a little too far. The only other one that you care about is your PC. And in your PC, you've got your server and your UI, and those are basically your JavaScripts and Python and all the other things to make this go. So there you go. That is how you are getting set up, and once you've done those steps, you should be good to go. We can double check and hit the Scuttle start. And it's going to fire up Electron and wait for a couple of comments, and there you go. You've got the system set up, and it is now waiting for a Skuttlebot to show up that it can actually connect to. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys coming on and learning how to do this. We will be making more episodes as we go, and please remember to like, follow, and share. Of course, you can always find us on TikTok and all the other social media. So, talk to you next episode.